I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. Neville, go lay down. Good boy. Oh my God. Good morning, villains. It's Halloween time. It is October 1st. Officially Halloween season. To celebrate, I am drinking out of this dog trick-or-treating mug. Neville is staring at me like I'm pizza so intensely that it's giving me the creeps. And he's like my couch is right behind the camera. Like the camera is a little over the couch. So he's right there. I'm sorry if he knocks down the camera. I'm not sure. I'm not going to talk a lot in this video. Oh, I didn't do the thing where I'm like, new week, shirt, same candle, because I'm not going to be able to do that for much longer. I've been burning this candle every day since we got it a couple weeks ago. It's my favorite candle on the planet as far as fall scents go, and we're almost burnt out, so that makes me sad. Anyway, it is also the first day of the Hocus Pocus Readathon. My throat is very scratchy. I think that it's because I work at a vet clinic, so I work in very close quarters with a lot of people, and we have people that come into work dying and being like, oh, it's allergies, getting the plague everywhere. So it's why I often have like little sore throats and that sort of thing throughout the year. It's never enough to like kill me because I'm still here. But it's enough that my voice is going in and out and I feel uncomfortable talking. So I just want to get right down to what I'm reading this week. Like I said, it's the first day of the Hocus Pocus Readathon. It's never too late to join, even when this goes up next week. You can still join. Even though it's only a 2-week readathon, who cares? Join, read a book, read the group book, who cares? Have fun. But I decided that given the amount of books that I have to read between now and the 13th, there's 6 for the readathon and then 2 extra that I'm planning on reading. I have to get through at least three books this week. So I'm saving the 2 graphic novel picks for next week because that's when I'm probably going to get through more. I just have a lot of stuff going on this week, just like work-wise and school-wise, that I have to put off a good chunk of reading until next week, but I plan on getting through 3 books this week. So you will finally see me read an entire book in one of these readathons, really, in one of these reading vlogs. My options this week, well, what I'm going to read this week, not my options. I'm going to read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I mentioned this in my Hocus Pocus TBR video. I'll put a link in the cards if you want to go watch it. I do have some special guests in there, including Potter. So I discovered that there are videos that have kind of like Harry Potter-esque music playing in the background, and they have a video for each of the common rooms, of the house common rooms, and they have one that's like Hufflepuff designed, and so I can be sitting in my Hufflepuff common room and reading Harry Potter with our little fireplace. I'm trying to point, but with our little fireplace. So I'm very excited to read it, and I'm probably going to read this today or tomorrow. I'm probably going to read this today or tomorrow. I also want to get through These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. All I know about this is it's about a girl witch and some dark magic starts happening in her town, and she has to partner up with her ex-girlfriend who's also a witch to see what's going on. It's actually a pretty short read, and the font is huge. So I feel like I can breeze through this just as quickly as I can breeze through Harry Potter, if not faster, because I'm pretty sure this is actually shorter than Harry Potter. Also, I want to get through the group book first this week instead of like saving it for next week, because I really want to read Serpent and Dove. It's been on my radar for several months now, and then I didn't realize, like, when the date that it came out, it's been out for a few weeks now and everyone's buzzing about it, and it's just made me want to read it even more, and I didn't want to wait. I had to wait till October 1st. I didn't want to. I almost snuck in and got some sneak peeks at it, but I was patient, so that's gonna be the only time in my life I'm ever patient. But I really want to get through this one. This one is thicker than I expected, but no, the font's not too ginormous or anything. She's thick. She's 500 and something pages, but it's not the same 500 pages. I think I said this in last week's reading vlog. I feel like I've said this before. It's not the same 500 pages as you would find in like a high fantasy, which takes a lot more time to get through. So I should definitely be able to get through this in a couple days as well. I feel like I'm talking very fast. I just can't say a lot because my throat is already worse. So I will check in with you later. My cat is deciding that she right now needs to claw her scratching post. I will update you later. You'll probably see some filler in about 2 seconds, and then I'll be back. And I just want to show off my cute little mug, because who doesn't want to see trick-or-treating dogs? Oh my gosh. That's it for now. Ta-ta for... My voice just gave out. There we go. Bye. So quick check-in and first impressions on These Witches Don't Burn. I'm about 65, 70 pages in. This is going to be a 3-star read. You just kind of know when you start those books. It's not anything to write home about, but it's not bad. It's good. It's a decent read. I did just find out though that it's apparently the first book in a series, and I thought it was a standalone. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I don't think that, I mean, granted, I'm on page like 70, but it's a very thin book. I don't think that it's something that maybe needs a series. I'll obviously know more at the end. It's written in present tense, first person present tense. I'm not the biggest fan of first person. I can get behind it, but I hate present tense. I'm very much a fan of past tense when it comes to my reading. So, I can get sucked in, don't get me wrong, but it's not my favorite. Right now, Hannah is the main character. Basically, something happens and Hannah thinks that it's a blood witch that is coming after her, and no one's believing her. They all think it's just kind of like a regular person who just did something stupid, and she's trying to convince them that there's more to it. There's so much emphasis on her and her ex-girlfriend. Like, apparently they broke up like a month ago. So it's not like it's been a while. It's very fresh. They dated for a long time. That's where I'm at. We'll see what I think as I go on, but I'm pretty sure this is going to end up being like a 3-star read. But I'll check in with you as I read more. So until then, bye. I put a spell on you. It's been several hours since I last checked in, and I have finished These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. When I first started this book, I thought it was going to be a 3-star read. Sadly, it's a 1-star read for me. There were a lot of things that just fell short, or a lot of things that were missing in this book. So this story follows Hannah, who's an elemental witch, and she and her family are a part of a coven, and they live in Salem, Massachusetts. They have to keep their magic a secret, even like from best friends and people who have known them their whole lives, because it's the best way to protect the coven. When a blood ritual goes awry, or there's a blood ritual at all, Hannah starts suspecting that there is a blood witch behind the ritual, and that this blood witch is hunting her down. The rest of her coven doesn't believe her, so she teams up with her ex-girlfriend Veronica. Couldn't even remember her name. Veronica, who is also a part of her coven. And they work together to figure out what's really going on, while there's more and more attacks on people that she knows. So it sounds like a really good synopsis. It sounds like it would have been really spooky and just, sorry my cat, really spooky and just kind of right up my alley and perfect for this season. But the plot was a mess. It was all over the place. The synopsis that you're given for what this book is about, that's not really what it's about. Like, that's the first 50 pages, and then the rest of the book is just all over the place. I didn't care for any of the characters at all. Hannah as a main character was obnoxious and whiny and just insufferable, and I don't use that term lightly. The first 50 pages of this book are focusing on her and Veronica's breakup, and Veronica is controlling and manipulative and has no redeeming qualities. The only thing that seems to work between them is their sexual tension. It doesn't even seem like they ever really loved each other. It seemed like it was just a relationship of manipulation, and also a relationship of convenience, because they're both in the same coven, yet they don't have anything in common. And they were supposedly raised together and had been like in each other's lives since they were in the womb, and like best friends almost, because she has a different best friend, but like at that level. But you never got this sense of loss from that relationship. Like, you never got Hannah's sense of loss. You only got the angsty sexual tension vibe. Also, I feel like there were a lot of characters or a lot of scenarios in this book that were just check marks, like, oh, we have this level of diversity, oh, we have this level for plot wise. Like, it just seemed like it was just a bunch of check marks being fulfilled. Also, the romantic interest in here between Hannah and this other person, there's just zero chemistry. There's none. And it's very forced and just awkward, and it's supposed to be really cute, but it's not, because there's no chemistry. And it's almost a case of insta-love, but there's not enough character development for you to even recognize this character from any of the other characters in the book other than the person's name. And that was a big issue. None of the characters were developed at all. On top of that, this book is short. It's like 315, 320 pages, but it felt like it was over 1,000 pages. I just, by the halfway point, needed it to end, and it just kept dragging on, and they just kept adding more and more, and it was annoying. I found this book very obnoxious, and I just don't want to talk about it anymore because I didn't like it that much. I thought I was gonna give it 2 stars at least, but by the last few chapters, I couldn't handle it anymore. I just couldn't. And it's not one of those books where I'm like, why was this written? But there wasn't anything in it that merited above a 1 star for me. There was 0 redeeming factors in this book for me. And then to find out that it's going to be a series, no thank you, no. Oh, and the fact that it's set in Salem, I was really expecting this like atmospheric book that like transports you to like Salem, Massachusetts and dealing with witches. But there was nothing about it that said Salem other than they mentioned a couple places that were in there. There was nothing atmospheric about it. This book could have taken place in any town. In fact, I kept picturing it in a coastal town in my mind for some reason. Like, there was nothing. Sorry, I had to cough. There was nothing about it that said Salem, Massachusetts, witches, anything like that, except for the fact that it told you. And that was the problem. It told you everything. It didn't share or show you anything. So that's my thoughts on this book. I think some people liked it. I was wondering, I know it had a lot of hype before it came out, and so I was wondering why I wasn't hearing any buzz about it, and I thought maybe just it was one of those books that was hyped up, but then no one actually gets around to reading, because that happens a lot. And I thought this might be a diamond in the rough, but no, it's just a rough piece of work. So that's it. I'm putting it down. I also got a little bit of bookish mail. I put in an order for a couple books, and so I thought I would unbox that as well. It's not literally, there's no point in me, there we go. Like, there's no point in me showing that. I got this box, so I thought I would unbox it. I know, obviously, because I ordered it, the books that are going to be in here. And one is for this readathon. So I have Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. I think that Faith Erin Hicks co-wrote it a little bit, but I know that they are also an author, an artist. So I know that they're also an artist, so I don't know if they were the illustrator and Rainbow Rowell was the writer. I don't know, but it's really cute. Look at the back, like, so I know it follows these 2 characters and they work at a pumpkin patch. I think it's like their last summer or their last hurrah before like they graduate or before they go off to college. I'm not sure, but this is what I'm reading for the book with a female protagonist. Oh, These Witches Don't Burn was for the book, the prompt read a book with a witchy main character. So I was gonna save my voice. I was gonna save this until next week to read, but after reading that book, I might just read this tonight to kind of cleanse my palate, so to speak. But there you go. My next one in here is There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. So on Goodreads, they had a link to where you could read the first 3 chapters online. And I did that about a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, like the week that this came out. And it got me hooked. I didn't think that I was going to care about it. I honestly did it because I was bored one day and I just wanted to read it. So this book follows 5 characters. There's these prophets that have either ended, like they've ended wars with their prophecies and just made everything better. And these prophets go missing. But right before they go missing, there's one last major prophecy, and it's about how this group can either save or destroy the world. And so this is the first book in a young adult fantasy series, and we're following them. The first 3 chapters, like I said, got me sucked in, and I wasn't going to be able to pick this up for a while due to just finances, but I saw it on sale for really, really cheap, and so I picked it up. So I thought this would also be perfect to read toward the end of the month when Hocus Pocus Readathon is over. There you go. I keep saying there you go, but there you go. And then the last book I got was Kingdom of Souls by Rena Barron. I don't know much about this book. It follows witch doctors, and I think the main character wants to have magic, or wants to be able to do what her family does and can't, and starts participating in these rituals so that she can do magic, and she doesn't realize the sacrifice, children start going missing. I think that's what it's about, but I know it has to do with witch doctors, and I loved the cover so much, and I thought that this would also be a great October read toward the end of the month. So there you have it. That's it for this check-in. I will probably read Pumpkinheads tonight and then let you know my thoughts. So I will see you later, and I hope in that time, the time between seconds, you are having a great day. Hello again. It is Wednesday afternoon, and it's been a day already. That's neither here nor there. I still don't really have a voice. That's just my life right now. It is kind of a blustery, dreary day. This afternoon we're taking the dogs to go play with their cousin. So all of our dogs are named after Harry Potter, and then their cousin, who is I think he's 4 months old, a 4-month-old French Mastiff puppy. His name is Newt. Because he had to be a part of the Harry Potter family as well. So they're gonna go play with Newt, and then their other cousin Edie. Both of them are dogs. But we've got a play date with them scheduled later. And then tonight, I plan on reading or starting Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I actually think if I have time, I want to read the illustrated edition and have the fireplace going and the Hufflepuff common room, like playing on our TV right there, and just enjoying the whole ambiance of everything. That's if I have time. My schedule is a little bit busy right now. I did want to say I read and finished Pumpkinheads last night. This took me, I don't even think this took, there's a dog hair. I don't even think this took me an hour to read. It was just, it's very quick. And there's chapters that kind of threw me off because there doesn't need to be chapters, but that takes up some of the pages as well. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It is very, very cute. It follows Deja and Josiah, and it is Halloween, their senior year. So it's the last night that the pumpkin patch is going to be open. It's their last year working at the pumpkin patch before they go off to college. So it's kind of a high stakes night. And Deja has decided that Josiah is going to finally tell the girl that he's had a crush on this whole time that he has a crush on her. He's gonna finally talk to her because he's never even talked to her before. So it kind of reminds me of the 90s movie Can't Hardly Wait, but like a wholesome fall pumpkin patch vibe, where that it's been a while since I saw the movie, but the main character wants to tell the love interest that he's been in love with her all through high school, and it's now or never because it's like the night of their graduation. So it kind of has that like old nostalgic like 90s movies kind of feel for me when I was reading this. It's very, very cute. I love Deja as a character. She is beautiful, she is strong, she is outspoken, and she loves her snacks, and I love that. So like her side mission is to try out all the snacks possible in this pumpkin patch. And first of all, I just want to say this pumpkin patch, like the pumpkin patches where I live, it's like pumpkins, maybe a petting zoo, and that's it. I think there's like sometimes like a little hay maze for like little kids, but I don't think that there's all this stuff. There's like 14 different stations. I think there's go-karts, there's all these rides, there's a huge corn maze. We do have a corn maze, but it's just not at the pumpkin patch. But there's a huge corn maze, so there's all this stuff. I think they even have a map in here, like in the very front. Like, what pumpkin patch do you know that has all of these things in it? But I thought that was cute. It's just, it was an adorable read. Perfect fall. They even like described the smell of fall. It just was exactly what I was looking for to read on October 1st. But that's it for now for this update. Like I said, if I have time, I'm going to try and read or start reading Harry Potter, and I think I do want to do the illustrated edition just because, one, I'm very excited that Goblet of Fire is coming out. Two, I've never read any of the illustrated editions before, and I think that would just be really fun to read with the fireplace and pretending that I'm in the Hufflepuff common room. I might play the Gryffindor one just because they're in the Gryffindor common room so often. But that's it for now, and I will check in with you. I'm not sure when the next time I'm going to check in with you. You're either going to see shots of my dogs playing with their cousins or Harry Potter reading. So, bye. Hello. So I finished reading Harry Potter, and it's Harry Potter, so I'm not gonna rate it just because it's nostalgic. I have Megs here in honor of reading Harry Potter and the new app coming out, like that came out. We are going to sort ourselves.
Yeah, buddy.
So this might be a little bit boring.
Sorting hat is ready to make its decision. Hold up your phone and tap below to begin.
Yeah, it'll straight up pop up in front of your face.
Difficult. Very difficult. Now that's interesting.
What's it gonna be?
Loyal. That's Hufflepuff.
Am I a Hufflepuff? I am loyal.
You're a Hufflepuff!
I'm not that mad about this. I am loyal, patient, and true.
Hufflepuff.
I'm a Hufflepuff! pop up with a thing and you can take a picture of yourself.
Where they are just and loyal, those patient
See,
Hufflepuffs
she-
are true and unafraid of toil.
Aww.
Take a picture of yourself. You're a Hufflepuff. Baby, you're Hufflepuff. Okay, let's see what I am. Oh God. If I'm Slytherin, I'm redoing this.
You can't redo it.
I don't know why
I'm
it
Hufflepuff
doesn't
because I
have-
chose that owl.
No. You're Hufflepuff because you're a Hufflepuff,
I
babe.
really am. I'm
You really
patient and
are.
true and loyal.
Wise.
Wise.
Oh, I don't want to be Ravenclaw.
Witty. Learned. You're a learned doctor. I mean,
But I'm not Ravenclaw. Cleverest? No. No, I reject it, Ravenclaw. No, I reject you. I reject it.
oh, nice schmoop. Take a picture like that.
We should redo these.
You can't unless you get a new email.
So that's it for this update. Possibly Ravenclaw, most likely Hufflepuff.
Huffleclaw.
And we've got a big old Huffpuff here.
Not a Slytherin anymore,
Not a
apparently.
Slytherin anymore. I
Whatever.
probably really am a Ravenclaw, but I'm not claiming it. Hufflepuff.
I really am kind
Potter
of
agrees with me.
Woo! Woohoo!
And go, little lady, little naughty lady. I will check in with you later. So, bye.